particularly maternal and pediatric infrastructure, has yielded results, and we are securing the lives of our neonates and infants. Before I go on about this, let me tell you a bit about what we have been planning. So on 6th June, Jammu and Kashmir is going to host the first of its kind MCH conclave, or Maternal and Child Health Conclave, which is basically a 2-day national level event which will be in the format of a best practice sharing summit. So we want to lead the country in bringing together all the leading maternal and pediatric experts, both from the tertiary care side, the clinical side, as well as the community health side, and also from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, as well as developmental organizations, multilateral organizations like WHO, Norway India Partnership Initiative, so on and so forth, and have an intense series of discussions, a series of panel discussions on the burning topics related to MCH here in JLK. So this was being planned well in advance for pretty much the last 6 months. But because and this IMR reduction news just happened to come, so we are very glad to leverage upon it and make JNK as the center of attention, or rather as a center of convergence for discussions regarding improvement in MCH care. Now, I'd like to lay some background. National Health Mission, its genesis was actually in this scheme called RCH, Reproductive and Childhood. Dozen other schemes were added later, but maternal and child health remain our core bread and butter, so as to say. The Janni Shishu Suraksha Yojana, Janni Suraksha Yojana, or the Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram. These have been, the age-old, schemes that have been running in NHM for the last more than a decade. And we have been building upon them, not just in a beneficiary-oriented scheme promotion manner, but also, as I said, in terms of infrastructure. And this is where I'm coming to. So, one instance or evidence that I want to lay out is the establishment of dedicated infant and neonatal care, or rather critical care units in the form of, say, SNCU, Special Newborn Care Units, or NICU, NICU, Newborn Intensive Care Unit, or PICU, Pediatric Intensive Care Unit, which NHM had been very arduously sponsoring and establishing in all the district hospitals, and even those which later got converted into GMC, and even the CHCs. And it is because of this infrastructure addition that we have been able to see more and more sick neonates not being referred, and hence losing their lives in transit, and many other things. We are very proud to say that JNK UT or NHM JNK was one of the first state or UT state health societies in the country to establish all these units in a time-bound manner. I am also very glad to inform you, and a lot of you would have followed this particular event which took place in SMGS Hospital, Jammu, a couple of months ago. This was in regard to the ECRP package, the Emergency COVID Response Package, which was given by the Government of India, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, as a special dispensation to states and UTs to fight COVID through various means, be it, say, infrastructure support, HR support, drugs and diagnostics and whatnot. And as a part of it, particularly as a part of ECRP2 package, we got sanction for 42 maternal ICUs and pediatric ICUs. And the foundation stone of the same was laid by Honorable Lieutenant Governor Sir 2 months ago in SMGS. And I'm very proud to announce that all of those ICUs have been completed. They have been successfully constructed and are functioning, and will be inaugurated during the inaugural session, during the opening session of this MCH conclave in the morning of 6th June. These ICUs are all 20-bedded ICUs, and they are established in all the district hospitals. So the whole idea of specialized ICUs, I mean, normal ICU every district hospital has some way or the other, but specialized ICUs for maternal and pediatric care were not existing, and this is the single biggest infrastructure addition in this subsector for the last decade, I would say. Okay. And now we can imagine, or rather expect that our critical neonates would get intensive care treatment in Kupwara alone, in Kulgam alone, in Kishtwar or Punch, and would not have to be referred endlessly. A few other developments that I wish to add upon here. So this event was basically planned in collaboration with the Norway India Partnership Initiative, which is a unique collaboration running between Government of India and Government of Norway. And in India, 3 states run this program. were chosen to run this program, and these include Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Jammu and Kashmir. NIPI has been associated with JNK for the last 7 years now, and their support has been critical in terms of, it has been very essential in terms of consultancy and monitoring and evaluation studies, which lead to course correction and proper implementation of our programs. We are also going to launch this special report called Situational Analysis of Maternal Health in Jammu and Kashmir, which is a very intensive study conducted over the last 3 to 4 years to actually analyze where we stand with respect to maternal health. Unlike IMR, MMR is not formally calculated. You might have heard that somewhere. So a lot of times we really don't have an idea about what is the exact situation. We do hear certain instances of some pregnant lady dying on the way from, say, Shopian to Srinagar because she started hemorrhaging or had PPH, so on and so forth. But we actually don't have those figures that particularly. So this study is one first of its kind and is meant to show us exactly where we stand with regard to maternal health specifically. With regard to maternal health, there's one more focus area that we are laying emphasis upon. In fact, that's the first technical session that we are having, and that's regarding the high LSCS, exceptionally high LSCS rate in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm not sure if some of you were aware of this conversation that we started around a couple of weeks ago. I want to attract your attention to this serious issue of almost 42% of all the deliveries that are happening in J&K are cesarean sections, and in Kashmir division alone that percentage is almost 60%. The standard WHO norm is 15%. So that means that out of the total, say 100 babies were born, only 15 would require cesarean births, the others should be born through natural birth. But that's not the case. And what we have seen is a very perverse, push to encourage LSCS. And we can expect that out of, say, private hospitals because there's a monetary incentive for them there. But for government hospitals also, it is quite shocking and surprising. And we have evidence. There's been clear-cut, evidence established that babies born of cesareans are actually weaker than those who are born of natural birth. And there's also a very serious access issue here. There are very poor families who could have had a normal delivery but are instead pushed to undertake a expensive cesarean costing 1 lakh or so in a private hospital or even elsewhere. So this is something which is growing out of hand, I believe, and that's why NHM JNK has decided to ring the alarm bells and take up this issue head on. We are in consultation with many of our stakeholders. And we mandated the conduct of an LSCS audit. That is to say, actually analyze whether all the cesareans that took place were those of deliveries which actually needed a cesarean or not. For all the deliveries that have taken place in our government system. LSCS audit was not actually happening in JNK up until now, even though in many other states, particularly the southern states, it's a very leading practice. We have also set up some other ways and some mechanisms to promote natural birth through initiatives like, say, midwifery promotion for institutional births, as well as incentivizing the doctors and staff who undertake natural births, and so on and so forth. A few other things. This event will also see on the inaugural ceremony as well. This great, path-breaking development of a leading number of our labour rooms receiving the Lakshya certification. Lakshya stands for Labour Room Quality Assurance System, and it is basically a standard system for labour rooms. We are aware of the old age problems that labour room toota-foota hai, delivery table hai, that is broken, light is not there, whatnot. So this is a standard system which NHM enforces, and we not just enforce it, we also equip those labour rooms to make sure that every woman will have a safe and dignified delivery. You should all know that all the maternal health programs sponsored by Ministry were subsumed under this umbrella program called SUMAN, or Surakshit Matritva Ashwasan, and the aim of which is safe and dignified motherhood. So, in convergence or say, if we dovetail them with or coalesce them with the existing, schemes like GSSK or PMSMA, you would realize that all of this is coming together. So a woman, as soon as she gets she conceives under PMSMA, she starts having free ANC checkups, where the ANM herself takes her to a gynecologist every 9th of the month. And then under JSSK, she gets a free delivery, including free ambulance pick and drop under 102. And then finally, the Suman program is aimed at ensuring that all our women, all our mothers, have a very dignified experience when they are, going through this extremely important phase in their lives. So Lakshya certifications are going to, of course, ensure that we have the best of the, quality, the state-of-the-art labor rooms, which will ensure this dignified deliveries to our mothers. A few other things that I want to share the focus areas that we are dealing upon. So apart from a situational analysis and addressing the
we tell stories that are rare, stories where we become your voice, stories which matters to you, sense, not sensationalism, news that truly impact you. We are looking for facts, not opinions, no agenda, but a simple policy of fair news. We don't debate or discuss problems, but solutions. Anything and everything that matters to you.